We're green and go here then. The 4 hours starts now and NOP get a good launch off the line. Iron Link's already coming under pressure from that of the GazX team. Up the inside in towards Abbey. There you go. Leading on the Iron Link's car. Spinners in the background. 2, 3, 4. Off, I think, in the background there. That is one of the LMP2 Pro-Ams and Pro cars. Off as well. There's carnage through the first couple of corners of Village and Farm. And already the meatball flag being shown to out of impact. They could have some big damage on their car. That is not what they needed in this championship fight, but NOP got the start they needed, and onto the Wellington straight. They lead by some 2 seconds over the Iron Links car already.
Really done brilliant there. As we look back to the replay going into turn 1, and you can just see rear end just going around, a few bit of contact here and there, and obviously cars spinning, people trying to avoid incidences, and it just causes a little bit of carnage.
For the second time at racing speed, for the first time actually at racing speed, we all come through nice and clean. Bit of a moment, a huge moment on the curb, keeping out the wall. Does just that in the Impact Sim Sport there, Dan. A big, huge snap on the curb at Beckett's. The yellow and black car around the outside of Brooklands. He's going to be able to have that inside line, and that is a bit of a silly error there from the Sahara GT moment. Went in too hot into the side of the Velotti car. He's come off worse, was up on 2 wheels for a moment. LMP2's in this one. This is a replay then. This was Paul Garney in the Sahara GT, just too hot into Brooklands and into the side there of the Velotti car, Dan. As we can see, GazX there, Markino Jordanovsky doing what he does best at the moment. Move though for 4th place potentially. That is Bravo Snow in the blue car, the NL Academy of Lucas Lager, coming under pressure out of Aintree side by side down the Wellington straight. There you go. Here comes Gabriel Paisley in the blue LMP2 Pro car up the inside at Brooklands. Lovely move to start things off. So now the Bravo Snow team looking to come into play here, Dan, for this fight for the podium. He is. Not sure.
Is it looking?
Yeah, moving
up. Sorry.
Towards, yeah, sorry, go on.
Just to move up the inside, and you can see there the number 20 car just running too wide and allowing the leading car to work his way past and gain that advantage. So the 20 car losing out there in a critical opportunity. Can he get himself back into the right head game and try and get that position back? He's back into the slipstream, and
they'll be getting ready to go. What has happened here then? That is the NL Academy. Oh, they was having a good first stint to their race. Does that front left look a little bent? I'm not sure if he's just waiting to go. Something doesn't quite look right.
Yeah, the rear wing looked a bit wobbly, and I think there's a bit of damage to the rear end of that car. Very strange to part of the circuit to be at, unless he's had some form of, and that's crabbing quite badly. Wow, I love the effect of a crab. Look at it, the car's just not looking straight at all, and we're going to get a replay here as they head up towards Coppice. Goes in quite comfortable, and there's no on the back end just stepping round, and car going very quick and into the rear end of the circuit. You can see obviously on our screen the rear wing comes back on, but he has no rear wing whatsoever, and the back end is completely ruined. Again, you can just see the different classes. I believe we've got 3 different types of classes. Oh, there we go, contact.
That is the Delta Racing by Tri-State BMW that is now dropping down the order. I'm not sure who the other 2 are in this one at the moment. And the Delta Racing team nearly at the back of the Velotti Pink. That's allowed the VR Racing car to get through and up into 4th place in LMGT3. And at the moment, the Velotti Pink team are doing what they need to do and staying out of all the trouble, flashing the lights. It is carnage at Silverstone at the moment.
Absolute carnage. The 91 car managing to escape through that, but as you can see, the prototypes there, the BMW gave the racing room, but it was too little too late, and the prototype going up the inside and causing a little bit of contact there. The Virtue Racing Pink just staying out of trouble as well, but absolute carnage as we go back onto the 91 Porsche going through Cops, and finally
everything at the moment. This is another look. This is Jesse Molina in the Delta Racing by Tri-State. Like Dan says, given the room there to the LMP3 and then collected the 51 LMP2, and really a desperate move by the LMP3 car there. Are also in the pits. So 3 LMP2 cars sat in the pit lane, and Revolution here having to defend from Fury Simsport. The Fury Simsport cars look pretty quick. Pulls to the inside at Brooklands. Late dive up the inside. Gets it done. Revolution want nothing to do with that one. They clearly know that Fury Simsport's got the pace over them.
The Mooses versus Project 91, and the Porsche looking down the inside, going to send it through into Stowe, and a beautifully done move there. With the penalty they had earlier on, the Porsche has really come back to its stride, and now we've got the BMW close behind as well, the Delta car, as they all come flooding into pit lane, flying into the pit. They need to get that stop before the pit limiter, but in traditional endurance racing, the GT3s are absolutely entertaining to watch, and usually the ones to keep an eye on, but the Mooses, they're just losing out going into pit entry. For
LMP3, so we are good to go there. And this is currently an inter-team battle. The Delta Racing by Tri-State BMW, the black one, just trying to gain on its teammate of the Delta Racing white BMW. As he pulls out now to have a look up the inside in towards Stowe. And Delta Racing not going to fight that one too hard, as they don't have an inter-team collision between themselves there. Nico Loikkanen is the pilot of that car, and Delta Racing have actually going to be jumped here with what looks to be VR Racing going up the inside in towards Club. Lovely little move. And Rafael Acosta in the white BMW there, just losing 2 places, let his teammate go. And the VR Racing fully capitalised. Here's back with Richard Tunin now in the Impact Acura, coming down the back straight. He's side by side with the Screeching Mooses. There's an LMP2 on their inside, in towards Abbey. There you go. Great move from the Acura, getting past the Screeching Mooses for 6th place. And car number 16 makes its way up another position past the Corvette. Pit lane is open, and is this what happened? So it's the VGTR Esports car coming through Copse Corner. Oh, huge snap, big impact into the wall. Oh, and that is huge damage. As they get going, green again at Silverstone for the restart with 2 hours and 15 minutes on the clock. NOP are wasting little time getting underway in this race. VR Racing have already got... In fact, what's happened to Project 91? They tumbled down the leaderboard. They're still tumbling down the leaderboard. So something's happened to the green Porsche, who was looking very, very good. A few cars, 2 or 3 abreast, coming through Village and in towards Aintree they come now.
This looks a little bit frantic, and there's more contact there going into Copse.
Oh my days, and this still goes
sideways.
Sideways, coming into Copse Corner. The Alpine's going up the inside of the Scimitar car of Danny Butchu. Now it's the Bravo Snow car, Dan, who's off at Copse Corner. It is an absolute chaotic restart here at Silverstone for the European Sports Car Championship. And what has happened? Let's take a replay then. On board with Angelino. With Lucas, who gets all out of shape, contact with another car, and how he's not been collected, I do not know.
Prototypes. Oh my God! Just seeing the blue car fling it into Maggots and Beckett's, and then you see another one going onto the grass, and the poor BMW and the Mercedes really in the middle of all this and nowhere to go. The Mercedes probably actually gaining on the BMW because it's so frantic. Then you've got the Moose car staying out of the way, and look at all these prototypes just barging their way through. Another replay once again, and you see the blue car just fling it through, and whoa, the 25 car absolutely sending it past the GT3s.
It's Velotti in the Fury Simsport. What was it?
Oh, contact!
Sideways, it's Fury! The Fury Simsport car is sideways through Woodcote. Big carnage on these opening laps of the restart. And the Fury Simsport car has gone off. That's Gas X. They was fighting for the podium earlier on. What is it Senna once said back in the day? If you no longer go for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver. There's all about a gap, but geez, closing on a corner of Maggots and Beckett's is very dodgy. And I'll tell you what, this has been another sort of sprint race moment. Let's see what happened here then. Crossing the Gaz X car, such a run in towards the exit of club. And the Fury car just kind of comes across him. Oh,
they didn't see him. Maybe the Fury car just trying to get through the slow car section, and the Gaz-X car trying not to lose as much time as they possibly can, and just sent it up the inside.
He's also got one. There was a slow Ferrari, then it's just held them. We're back to the LMP2 fight. Murmica round the outside of Stowe on Iron Links. Just getting pushed out a little bit wide. Down the Vale straight in towards Club now. And have Iron Links held on to it? No, they haven't. Murmica get through up the inside. Great bit of racing and a great battle. Murmica up into P2 over the Iron Links car. This is Prismatic on the LMP3. Oh, just pulls out and drops the rear and collects. The LMP3 car as it goes backwards. What a strange moment for Prismatic.
See here, the LMP3 car really having a run through Maggots and Beckett's, and here we go, move to the outside, but here comes an LMP2 car to go straight through the middle. That's brave, and then around the outside it goes Harley around the outside and just a little bit too much speed, has understeered the car wide, and Chris looking to try and come back around the outside. United States driver heading into a club. Can he keep the outside to then be on the inside for the next part of the corner? They give each other fair racing room, and here comes the Iron Lynx car, held up behind all of it as well, and Chris did his very best to try and fight that position off, but in the end not quite got the pace and the confidence. The DSDF racing car about to become under some immense pressure, heading down to turn number 1. Can he send it in? Sorry, not turn number 1, up to Stowe, sending it up the inside. He's going to get the run, he's going to get the momentum, and the 55 car is going to just run wide, understeer, and that is job done for the Mercury car, moving up another position, and that is a P7 for them. So a great move from Adrian there. They could be in trouble now, and that's really to good. Alpine out in front at the minute, so P2, 3 and 4 battling it out here on your screen for the 27, the 52 and the 25 all going at it, and you can see the Delta V has got a lot, and contact there, and they've both gone round.
That's Delta V on Revolution that has gone up the inside at Luffield and spun the Revolution car into the gravel. Then it's slow, and I don't know who that is, who's just had to take avoiding action of the Delta V car. Bit of contact there from the Delta V point of view. Just looking up the inside, went in too hot, bounced off the curb a little bit as well. Looked like the curb unsettled the car a bit into the side of Revolution and just kind of shovels them into the gravel. Well, they're still behind the Acura at the moment. It still just cannot find a way through. Have a look in towards the league. That's a lovely little lunge. Up the inside goes the Panda. Wiggle on exit. Acura's going to try and fight back, coming through Aintree. Side by side now onto the Wellington straight. The Panda got it done, but at a moment on exit, nearly door to door. They nearly sat with each other. Into Brooklands, there you go. And the Acura on the inside gets the move back done. And the Panda there saw an opportunity, was a little too hot on exit, and it cost it the run down the Wellington straight. They've now got to be careful of the number 6 LMP2 Pro car right behind them. But what a job that was. Great fight here for P3. Would love to get through. That's how close they are. The Iron Lynx and the Myrmica side by side down the Wellington straight. That's the VR Racing McLaren in front. Myrmica back up into 3rd place. Gets slowed by the McLaren. Could this give the Iron Lynx an opportunity? Maybe on the exit, but I think Myrmica have got it done. And that's a lovely bit of driving from the pair of them there. Myrmica back up into a net 2nd place. Turn 1 have got to do another stop. This is becoming a real good scrap between these two in this race late on. You're in England absolutely having a look. He's just gone a little wide through the link. That gave the Porsche sniff of an opportunity. Over through Aintree, there you go. Spinner, LMP Spinner in the front of them. Hopefully he can get back up to speed before they gain on it. It has indeed. And now the Porsche, late down to the inside of Brooklands, and through goes the Project 91 Porsche of Sikorsky. Takes the lead in LMGT3. What a move.
Yeah, what a move indeed. And really used the slow LMP to really help him out. That LMP is still slow, so it could still affect him at the minute, but the Audi driver got caught napping, and what a dive. He pretty much went for it. You see the Audi unsure what the LMP going to do, and then the Porsche went sending it up the inside, caught the Audi off guard, and that was it. The Audi tried to come swooping back, but he was on the outside of the circuit, and that is it. The 91 car back in the lead of this race. And the Audi's those are going to stick with him as that LMP car is still there. It's still slow. Oh no, it's a different one now. But yeah, for a minute there, that LMP car really gave the opportunity to the Porsche.
Impact a lot quicker last time around, 1.4 seconds quicker. But again, at the minute, because of that virtual safety car and other pit stops, strategies are a little out of whack, a little out of sequence. Here comes Revolution to the outside of Maggots. This will be a great move. Gets it done before they even hit the corner. Revolution up into P3. Lovely move that from Thomas Martin. So they're both onto the podium. This now becomes a fight for 2nd place in this race for these cars, who will both have one more stop to do at least. And here comes Impact up the inside of the link. Got the move. Lovely work. Through it goes up into P2.
Now we seem to be into a kind of like a lull here where there's not really much going on. And oh, as we see there's contact. The GT3 goes off as the LMP3 cars come through.
That's the leader. That's the Project 91 leader. He's got a penalty to his name as well, Dan. So a Project 91 penalty, and has had a spin with 2 of the LMP cars. This could put Vortex back in the pound seat in this race. What happens coming further forward? Project 91 comes in. Oh no. It's just been hit by the number 20 LMP3.
this way through. The NOP car has got a penalty.
Oh no, and it's got to do another stop because surely it's not going to get to the end on its fuel. We said it had to do a stop around this time, and it's now got at least a drive-through penalty. Let's take a look at the incident report. We'll have a quick refresh of the page there. And the car number 89, closed pit lane violation. He's entered the pit lane several seconds after race control and an immediate full course yellow period. So according to rule 6.1.1 sorry, of the regulations, pit lane entry would be closed due to an imminent full course safety car, full course yellow was announced. That would have been from earlier in the race. They've now got a drive-through penalty and have got a splash and dash at the end of this one. Now, all right, the splash and dash we've just seen from the Velotti car only cost them 44 seconds altogether. But if Iron Lynx can get within that time frame of NOP now, I tell you, it could benefit. If these guys haven't got to pit again, Alpine could win the race outright here because they're only 9 seconds off the back of them. We'll see if they've got to pit again. I think they have. There, and then the CCR car there. It is all happening at the end of Silverstone. NOP, where are they on the circuit? Sector 2. They will come round to take the checkered flag. So this is the final chance, really, for these two to go at it in this race. We'll jump on board with the NOP car towards the end of this one. But what a race from NOP. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. The GT3 car's just holding up the LMP3 class, and here we go down the main straight, and we got checkers here. I think that's the end of the race by the looks of things. But here we go, the last few moments here, and all three are with them together, heading down towards the main straight now. As your winner crosses the line, the NOP wins the event, but LMP3 down the inside gets the CCR. There's more GT3s. It's coming right down to the wire.
The Ferrari's right in the way. The leader of Velotti's taken to the outside line. CCR's going to try and fend off the inside from Prismatic, who mounts the curb. Here comes then the CCR car. It's just going to run out of time. It's just going to run out of a corner. And the winner in LMP3 at the end, Velotti, hang on in there. One more lap down, they'd have been done. NOP winning LMP2. Alpine in LMP2 Pro-Am. We just await Vortex, the winner in LMGT3, to cross the line. But what an end to the race there. One more lap, Velotti would have been in trouble. There is your winner, Marcus Beidfeld in NOP. There is Jesse Ado in the Alpine car. We've seen the Velotti car, and here is Michael Van Look in the Vortex Audi. Maybe a little fortunate to take this win. Impact's got a penalty at the end, Dan, that's dropped him to 6th place. So the Acura dropping to 6th behind Quad Ash and VR Racing. But NOP will potentially be champions. Everything will be looked at by race control, and another champion to be crowned, Michael Van Look, will come into club now and will take another LMGT3 win and will win the LMGT3 championship. Vortex Racing are your champions here. What a race at the end.
What a race indeed. Every single class up for grabs and all of that, and we've had drama from the beginning all the way to the end. There's the Porsche just in the background taking the 2nd place, and then the Rising Panda just finishing in 3rd. But what an event. It has been dramatic, it's been chaotic, and yeah, it's NOP that come out on top of this one. But a spectacular drive from the Alpine, nearly getting class win as well. And there is the Iron Lynx taking 2nd in class and 3rd overall. So a solid job from them. But wow, what a dramatic 4 hours worth of racing.
Your final classifications, all provisional. NOP are your race winners from the Iron Lynx. Myrmica P3 from the Bravo Snow. WOSR P5 from APO Racing. GazX P7 with Tri-State in 8th. Delta Racing P9 from Impact in P10. LMP2 Pro-Am. Alpine, your race winners from Impact. Then it was Velotti P3, Revolution P4 from Delta V, Prismatic in 6th from Fury Simsport, VGTR 9 laps down, and we lost the W2E Pro Group with a retirement as well. LMP3 very close to the end, but it was Velotti who won from CCR. Prismatic was P3 with Velotti, the second Velotti car P4, Tri-State P5 from Mercury in 6th, Kitsune was P7 from DSDF, and L Academy P9 with Team Rex from Simatech down in 11th place. And LMGT3, then it goes the way of Vortex with the Project 91 P2. Rising Panda was third place from Quadash. VR Racing P5 from Frida Sport. Impact down in 7th from Delta Racing. The Italian Job Ferrari was P9. Eagle Speed in P number 10 from Fisher. And then it was Delta Racing by Tri-State P12. That has been European Sports Car Championship. I've been Matthew Duffin, Dan Davis in the commentary box as well. Thank you all. We'll see you in a month. Goodbye.